Episode 40, An Unexpected Reunion. Ryan was swept away by the shockwave of the explosion and the raging current. He desperately tried to hold on to consciousness, but with a blow to his head, everything went black. He didn't know how much time had passed. He faintly opened his eyes to the sensation of someone slapping his cheek. What entered his vision was an unfamiliar ceiling in the face of a man looking down at him with a worried expression. "Are you awake, friend?" The man had a rough appearance, but his eyes were warm. Ryan couldn't remember where he was or how he had survived. "Where am I?" "This is the Sanctuary of the Forgotten. It's a place deeper than the city sewers, part of an abandoned ancient underground city. My companions found you adrift in the water." Ryan slowly sat up. His body was covered in wounds, but fortunately, nothing seemed broken. He looked around. It was an old but cozy hideout, and a few people were watching him with a mixture of wariness and curiosity. They were all poor, but their eyes were alive. "Who are you people?" "We are the Shadow Foxes," the man said. "A band of noble thieves who steal from the corrupt nobles and give to the poor." Just then, the door to the hideout opened and a woman entered. When she saw Ryan, she was so startled that she dropped the herbs she was holding. Ryan also couldn't believe his eyes. The person standing before him was none other than the new leader of Silver Creek, Ilara. "Ilara, what are you doing here?" The two embraced, sharing their joy at the reunion. According to Ilara, she had sensed that the Shadow Cult's conspiracy would not end with Silver Creek. She had infiltrated Ethereum with a few trusted companions to pull out the cult by its roots, and in the process, she had joined hands with the Shadow Foxes, a band of thieves fighting against the corrupt nobles. What happened to Serafina? She's safe too. She joined up with me right after the explosion. She's keeping watch outside right now. Ryan let out a sigh of relief. He wasn't alone. He had new allies. But the joy was short-lived. He remembered that he had lost the Eye of the Void. Damn it, the Eye of the Void. It's gone, along with that monster. No, it isn't. From the shadows of the hideout, another figure emerged. He was a blind old man who appeared to be the leader of the Shadow Foxes. In his hand, he held the Eye of the Void, which was radiating its ominous darkness. After the explosion, this thing was disrupting the energy flow of this underground city. I used my mind's eye to locate it and retrieve it. The blind old man introduced himself as Cypher. He could not see, but he possessed a special ability to read the world's aura and the flow of energy. This item is no simple artifact. It is a key that opens an ancient prison, Cypher said in a low voice. And Lord Valerius is trying to release the being trapped within that prison. Ryan's journey was entering a new phase. This was not just a fight against a corrupt noble. It was the prelude to a war for the fate of the world. A war against an ancient entity. Episode 41. The ancient prison. Cypher's story was shocking. According to him, the Eye of the Void was one of the keys to a prison that had sealed Aksha, an ancient being who had tried to destroy the world thousands of years ago. Aksha was the personification of pure destruction and void, and the ancient heroes had sacrificed themselves to seal him away, dividing his essence into 7 artifacts. The fragments of the void. The Eye of the Void was one of those 7 fragments. Lord Valerius wasn't trying to summon the Shadow Lord. He intends to free Aksha, absorb that destructive power, insane. There's no way a human body could withstand that power, Serafina said. She had returned to the hideout with Alara. He is already no longer entirely human, Cypher said. Through the forbidden rituals of the Shadow Cult, he sold a part of his soul to the Shadow Dimension to obtain a vessel capable of handling that power. To be complete, he must gather all 7 fragments of the void. Then where are the other 6 fragments? Ryan asked. That is the problem. Cypher shook his head. To prevent the fragments from ever being reunited, the ancient heroes scattered them across the world and destroyed all records. No one knows their locations. However, the Eye of the Void resonates faintly with the locations of the other fragments. Valerius will try to use it to find the rest. Their mission was now clear. They had to either find the remaining fragments of the Void before Valerius did, or they had to stop him. Valerius will be desperate to reclaim the Eye of the Void, Ilara said. This underground city is no longer safe. Then we must make the first move. Green's eyes gleamed. We won't let him hunt us. He will strike at his heart once more. You want to go to the manor again? That's a suicide mission for sure, Serafina protested. Not the manor. Ryan smiled. His true center of power is elsewhere. The Ivory Spire. Ryan recalled that Valerius was controlling Archsage Julian of the Ivory Spire. Valerius was undoubtedly using the Spire's vast magical knowledge and resources to research the fragments of the Void. And if they went there, they might be able to gain new allies to stop Valerius. The Ivory Spire strictly controls all outside entry, especially after the scandal involving the Shadow Cult. Which is why we'll have to get invited, Ryan said. A very tempting invitation that the mages of the Spire cannot refuse. He held up the Eye of the Void, which Cypher had retrieved. I doubt if there's any research material more tempting than this. His plan was audacious. He would use the Eye of the Void as bait to enter the Ivory Spire himself, expose Valerius's conspiracy to the mages there, and enlist their help to take him down. This was more dangerous than walking